All right, so it's long overdue. This guy, the last time you saw him, his name was Release. So this is Trigger now, and actually I can't remember who it was, but I know you'll watch this because you commented on the last video about Trigger. Someone left a recommendation for Trigger and actually named Trigger. So my man Trigger here has grown into a beautiful, beautiful hound. He is the goofiest one out of all of them. Definitely highest energy, but we're working on getting that under control. He's a little bit, he's got something different about him than the rest of the pups, but he's doing good so far. He's not my all-star, but I'm happy with his progress, and each time out he's getting better and better. So yeah, this is Trigger, and I also think he's the best looking one of my litter. Personally, that's what I think. I really like him. I like Tammy and Biscuit too, which, I mean, I like all of them, but man, I really like Trigger. All right, so this is my man, DK. He is the shyest one of the litter, and I think he looks the most like Bliss in the face, at least, of the litter. But DK he's my timid one. He's always been that way, but he's doing really good. He's starting to trail. Biscuit and Tammy are the two best out of my litter so far of the ones that I kept. I kept 4 out of my litter, and then I've got one other pup who y'all meet in a second. But DK is definitely the shyest one, but he's coming along, and I'm happy with his progress. You are going to start to see a lot more of these pups here soon. Alrighty, next one up. She is probably the best behaved. My girl Biscuit. We named her Biscuit because that was Bliss's nickname. I sometimes call Bliss Biscuit, and they don't look that similar in the head. You know, they just don't. Bliss has a little bit blockier head, and she's a lot more light colored in the face. But Biscuit has the same coloration on the side, and when they're on the ground next to each other, you can't tell who's who, even still. They look a lot alike once they're on the ground, but up close, you definitely see the difference. But Biscuit, she's going to be a killer. Biscuit and Tammy are my favorite from the litter. They were my favorite from the get-go when they were little, teeny tiny puppies. I mean, I started these dogs on a farm pig, so it was interesting. I've never seen anybody do that, but I went and bought a farm pig, like one you raise to eat, and I had it in the kennel, and that's where I kept it. You know, I had it a house and fed it and watered it and everything, and it would run around the cage. Well, that's how I started the pups on it. And I videoed some cell phone footage, so I'm going to go back through my videos on my phone and see if I have some of that to show you all. But these two were just absolutely jam up on it, and I had them all the pups. That's what I started them on, and they're all doing good. But when you let these two go, you better make sure you got a collar on them because they're going hunting and they're going to find something. And that's the reason I loved them from the get-go. Biscuit is a tiny dog. She's not very big. Probably right now she's probably just a little over 30 pounds. Once she fills out a little bit, you know, she'll probably be around healthy weight, probably 35, 36 pounds. So I really like her, and I've got high hopes for her. She's doing awesome. Trailing, jumping, catching. She's doing it all right now. So Biscuit's my girl. There's your baby.
Yeah, dude.
All right, now for the true killer. All right, so this is Tammy. She's just a little bit bigger than Biscuit. I mean, just barely, but you can see it. She's a little bit bigger. They look a lot alike. Tammy's a full blanket back though, and she was the absolute terror on the hog. When you let her out of the kennel out back, she'd come flying out here to see if the hog was here. Which I ended up giving the hog to a buddy of mine, and he's raising it right now to eat it, and he said it's gotten a lot bigger. But Tammy has done excellent so far. Bliss, it seems like to me Biscuit is starting to pull out a little bit ahead of Tammy right now, but Tammy's just a little bit shyer once we're hunting. But yeah, so this was Tammy and Biscuit. I'm proud of both of them, and they're developing into really nice hounds. All right, so this is the mystery dog that I told you about in the last video I was going to introduce. This is Debo, like the 49ers receiver, which unfortunately the 49ers just put my Cowboys out of the playoff contention, so kind of salty about that. I'm not crazy about the name Debo right now. But no, I thought Debo was a pretty cool name which is a cool name in general, but I thought it would be a cool dog name too. So we named my boy here Debo, but Debo is a pretty special one to us. I don't know if you all follow me on Instagram or anything like that, but I made a social media post on my Instagram and Facebook talking about my dog Clyde. And Clyde, if you go back to my beginning videos on this channel, was a young dog who was doing really good, and unfortunately we lost him to a hunting accident when I was in North Carolina. It was tragic, and I hate it, but it's just not something I really want to go into detail about or talk about. But we're going to, you know, really miss Clyde, and that's part of the reason why I quit putting out videos for a while, just because, you know, I wasn't filming, and I just wasn't in a good place to be filming. Debo is Clyde's full brother, and I got him from my buddy Bucky, who I got Clyde from originally as a puppy, and now we got Debo, the same exact cross, and they're actually half brother and sister, so they're out of the same male as Bliss's puppies. So that they have the same dad, and what's crazy is they were born on the same exact day and everything. So they were born on the same day as my pups. He's just became one of the pups. We got Debo in memory of his brother, older brother Clyde, and we hope he carries on the legacy and hunts as good as his older brother did. So he's a special one to us, and hopefully he turns out. Right now he's doing excellent, and he's really well behaved, and just a pleasure to be around. All right, so now Big Mama, the mama of the pups, my girl. Of course, you see in almost every bear hunting video I've ever put out, if I'm in it, she's in it. My girl Bliss. She's recovered good from having the pups. As you can see, I've already posted 2 bear videos from December, and Bliss, she's doing Bliss stuff, putting them up the tree. And I took her out west mountain lion hunting, so you saw that. Bliss is now 4 years old, so she's starting to get a little age to me, and I'm actually starting to see some gray hair right here for the first time I've never noticed. So getting a little age on her. She's my oldest dog. She's the first one I have, so I've been in this now. I've been a houndsman for 4 years. Unlike if you watch the video, if you're here from Kendall Gray's video where he came and hunted, he said I've been doing this for 400 years, more like 4. But I've built a pretty decent pack in the time. It hasn't been easy, and I've lost some good dogs along the way already. But Bliss she's my first one, and she will always be probably the most special one I have. Mwah. All right, so this is my man Blade here, and Blade also, he is lucky to be alive. Blade is a diabetic, and I've talked about it in previous videos, or I'd feed him before we'd go hunt, or give him a honey bun or something. We carry K-Rose syrup, but in the early season, actually first day of season, I had, of course, rain a bunch in the summertime leading up to it, and they were in pretty good shape, but they really exerted themselves on the very first bear, and Blade went into, what's it called? It's called what?
Exertional rhabdomyolysis.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my best at guessing it. It's called exertion rhabdomyolysis. He was bad off. I'll just say that. I can't really. I'm not in the medical field. I make YouTube videos and sell land. So, but Blade got very sick, and I discussed it with my vet. I mean, he was at the vet for over 4 weeks, and luckily, Dr. Music, he is an excellent vet, and he saved Blade's life. If it wasn't for him, I don't think Blade would be here. But we both decided that the best option for Blade was probably retire him, because this is the 3rd time it happened, and it was a miracle that he made it. I mean, there was multiple times we thought, you know, he wasn't going to pull through, and he made it. So Blade is now a fact. He's putting some weight on, his winter weight, getting ready for hibernation. Blade is now a retired bear dog. Yeah, I'm going to figure out. I'll keep him. I'll keep him forever. I mean, I don't care. He's a great dog and doesn't cause any issues. But I got a friend of mine that I think is going to take him and make him one of their pets. So Blade is in retirement. It sucks because he was one of my best dogs. I mean, if you go to that video, which just a few videos ago, I think it's got around 200,000 views at the time of filming this. Blade is the dog sailing through the air, grabbing the bear. I mean, he absolutely loves hunting, and it kills me not getting to take him. All right, so, and if you saw, which I'm gonna put it up there if I already haven't, Kendall's video we did together when he came here and hunted. Baby was the dog at the very end that got bit through the nose, but she's recovered pretty nice. She's got a pretty gnarly scar up there, as you can tell, but she's fine. They had a bear in an auger hole and it came out, and you can go watch the video, but it was a mean bear and was fighting them on the ground, and Baby, I don't know what she was thinking, but she got the worst of it. Baby had a good December season, a good year altogether. She's coming along nice. I like her brother. He's my male dog. I like him a little bit. Close her ears. I like him a little bit better hunting wise. But Baby, she's doing excellent. She doesn't have the nose or intelligence that brother does, but she's got speed, and I like her a lot. She's doing excellent. She's not one of my best trail dogs, but she can get a track started. But all in all, she's a really solid hound, and it's a pleasure hunting her. All right, so this is my boy Ranger, who you didn't get to see it in KG's video, but Ranger got it bad by the same bear. And actually, I think it was December 29th or 30th. I don't know. It was one of the last few days of season, and that retired me because it put holes in Tron, Brother, Ranger, Bliss, and Debo are the only two that didn't get it. And Ranger it's still even puffy. It's still a little swollen there, but it's went down a ton. His head, and I'll pop a photo on the screen, was huge. And of course, I had to take him to the vet. They put a drain tube in, and the swelling slowly went down. But we've got him on antibiotics and pain medicine for it. But yeah, you can see that's where the bear got him on the side of the head there, and they shaved it down. It looks worse than what it was, but he got punctured there, and it was just his side of his head swelled up like a balloon. All right, so by now you know this one. He's a fan favorite, and also my wife's favorite. Tron. It's my big Tron dog. He's my only 100% treeing walker. So I didn't go over the breeds of all of them. I had before in the previous video, like what kind of dogs I hunt. But you can click up there to watch that. But Tron is a 100% treeing walker coonhound. And Tron had a good season. He's my tree power. He puts the pressure on the tree. He runs the catch, and he'll put the teeth to him to get him to climb. So I like Tron a lot. I didn't take him out west cat hunting this time. I just took Bliss and Brother. Brother you're about to see next. But not much has changed with Tron. He's still my good old boy. All right, so now for my main man. Riley's favorite might be Tron, but my favorite male dog, Brother. He's blown my mind since I figured out how smart he was and how cold nosed he was. Him and Bliss are my go-to dogs. Brother's who I took out west. And next time I breed Bliss, it will be to Brother. I like his style. I like the size of him. He's not a very big male, but Brother has I'm so lucky I ended up with him. I really like him a lot, and it helps that he's a looker, and he can get it done. He can rig, trail, cold nose, can catch, and will stay with the mean bear all day. As you can see his ear and stuff in the back of his head there. That was from the same bear. His ear and everything's all cut up from the same bear that they caught there at the end that retired my dogs for the year there in late December with KG. But Brother he's a tough one, and I like him a lot. All right, so that'll do it for a dog update. Let me know what else you all want to know about my dogs or the way I hunt. A lot of people have mentioned my truck and stuff. I just hunt out of this is a 2005 Toyota Tacoma. I've got it lifted a little bit in the front and rear, add a leaf in the rear, and then I've got it suspension lifted in the front as well. New upper control arms and stuff like that, because if you beat around in a truck as hard as we do, you got to have quality gear. And the Tacoma gets it done. I traded in my silver Tacoma that you used to see in the videos, my newer one. I traded in that Tacoma for an F-150, and then I bought this 2005 Tacoma just to hunt out of. But yeah, and this dog box is custom build, made by Eric Deal. He did an excellent job on it, and I can't say enough about the quality of it. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this video. I don't know when the next one's going to be. Hog season is coming in this weekend in West Virginia, so I know I'm going to have some hog videos if you like those. Not with dogs. We can't hunt them with dogs, but just drives and stuff, and should be a good time. So hopefully I can get a video out of this weekend. But until the next one.